She stood at the edge of the aisle, radiant in white, her hands trembling not with nerves, but with something deeper, something unsaid. Behind her the pews were filled. Friends, family, laughter, but not him, the man who had raised her. The man in uniform. He wasn't there, because she hadn't invited him. My name is Rachel, and this is the story of the most painful decision I ever made, and how one man's truth shattered everything I thought I knew about love, loyalty, and forgiveness. My father served in the military for over 25 years. To many, he was a hero. To me, he was just absent. He missed birthdays, missed dance recitals. He even missed my high school graduation. He always had a reason, a mission, a deployment, a duty. But to a little girl, those reasons sounded like excuses. So when it came time to send out wedding invitations, I paused at his name, and then I skipped it. I told myself he wouldn't show anyway, that it would be easier. I never expected what happened next. The morning of the wedding, everything felt picture perfect. The venue was beautiful. My mom held back, tears as she adjusted my veil. My bridesmaids joked and fussed over every last detail. But there was this weight in my chest, a small voice whispering, "He's still your dad." I ignored it. I told myself he never showed up when it mattered, so why should this day be any different? My fiancé, Jason, had asked about my dad months earlier. "Are you sure?" he'd said gently. "Maybe just give him the chance." I shut it down. "You don't know what it's like," I snapped. "He chose his job over me every single time." Jason nodded, but there was something in his eyes, something that didn't sit right, like he was holding something back. The ceremony began. I took my first step down the aisle, and that's when I saw him. Not my father. Jason, standing at the altar, with a folded letter in his hand. After the vows, Jason turned to the crowd. "I wasn't going to do this," he began, his voice steady but thick. "But someone who loves Rachel deeply deserves to be heard today. Even if he couldn't be here." He unfolded the letter and started to read. "Dear Rachel, I know I wasn't the father you needed me to be. I missed too much, and for that, I'm so sorry. But I want you to know something I never said. Every mission I went on, I carried your picture in my front pocket. Every medal I earned was less important than a single smile I missed from you. I didn't want to miss your wedding, sweetheart. I planned to be there. I even bought a plane ticket. But then I got a call. A young soldier in my old unit. He'd lost both legs in an IED attack, and he didn't have anyone. I had to go. I had to sit beside him in the hospital and make sure he knew he wasn't alone. That's what I've always done. For others, but today, I realize it cost me something far more valuable. Time with you." My breath caught in my throat. I felt the room vanish around me. All those years, all the anger. And I never once asked what he was going through. I just assumed that he didn't care, that he chose duty over me. But maybe he was showing his love the only way he knew how, by protecting others. Jason folded the letter. The room was silent, even. The air felt still. Then, he looked directly at me. "He wanted me to tell you," he said, his voice cracking, "that every mission he went on, he came home to you in his heart." A tear rolled down my cheek, and in that moment, the anger I had carried for years began to melt, not disappear, but soften, because forgiveness doesn't come all at once. It comes in pieces. And that day, a piece of me found peace. Later that night, Jason told me something else. He'd invited my father weeks ago. He'd sent the invitation himself. And my father had declined. Not out of bitterness, but respect. "He didn't want to cause you more pain," Jason said. "He just wanted you to be happy. We all carry wounds, but sometimes the people we think hurt us the most were quietly loving us in ways we couldn't see." Maybe my father didn't walk me down the aisle, but in a way, he still stood beside me. If this story touched you, please share it with someone who needs a reminder that love comes in many forms, and sometimes in silence. Subscribe for more real stories of kindness, courage, and redemption. And if you've lived a story like this, we'd love to hear it in the comments. You're not alone.